Hi, guys. It's Sarah. I'm back today with a new guest who's going to share her spinal flow story. And Natasha is joining us all the way from Australia. Thank you, Natasha, for coming on today.
You're very welcome. I look forward to seeing what today brings.
Me too. Me too. No, it's so exciting talking about spinal flow. It's such a magical, just beautiful modality. So, before we get into it, I'd love to know just can you tell our audience a little bit about you and like what brought you up to the point where you found spinal flow?
Sure. Um, where do I begin?
I know it's an
Well, I
open-ended question.
um, yeah. Well, I've just went through life doing the normal thing. The social things. So you go through, you live, you find your partner, you move in, you buy a mortgage, you have the house, you have the dogs,
Yes.
all of that fun stuff. Things that always happen through life. You either go through highs and lows, and I experienced probably a lot of lows. Therefore, I got to a stage in my life. Let's say start with my spinal flow birth. There we go. I'll just start with that then.
Okay.
um, yeah, and then I started looking inward and doing a lot of work on me. Um, like a lot of internal work. So, there was like a lot of hypnotherapy, a lot of, oh, could you call it soul searching? I don't know if we could, I didn't know it
Probably.
was soul searching at that time, but I was, doing a lot of self help things as well. And 3 years into it, I actually developed quite a natural gift, which was really exciting. I didn't really understand it at the time, but my hands would start to tingle in a certain way, and I would just be like, "Oh, okay, what can I do with this?" And then um, I started using my tingling hands on my family, and you know, my husband would look at me and he'd go, "How did you know that shoulder was sore?" Or "How did you know?" This XYZ. So I started using it more, and I figured I've got really like calming sense of hands. So I would actually put my family to sleep in 5 minutes because it was just so nice
That's
for them.
amazing.
And then they started going a little bit haywire, I suppose unbalanced. And I just ended up seeing a beautiful friend of mine, and I just decided to ask her. I said, "Hey, I've got these magic hands that just, calm people down. What do you reckon I could do with them?" Massage would probably, cause arthritis. It's not right up my alley. And Reiki wasn't really my thing either. Like, as I looked into that as well. And then she just looked at me and said, "I've got 3 words for you, Tash." And I said, "What's that?" She goes, "Spinal flow technique." And I just went, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah. And why haven't you told me about it before? Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Or she probably has, but me with my one ear and out the other, just life gets
Y-
involved. So,
Yeah.
but no, she said those words to me, and I sat with those words for about 3 weeks,
Mm.
until it just popped in my head again, and I Googled it, and there was a scholarship going, and I applied for the scholarship, and I got it, and then that was last November. So
Oh,
since last
nice.
November, it's been very full on.
Nice. Okay, so did you end up going to the Hawaii immersive?
Not the Hawaii, it was the Gold Coast immersive in March.
Oh, nice. Good for you. So backing up just so we can understand your story a little bit better, when you said you were in soul searching mode and you were going through some stuff, was did you have health problems that you were trying to solve for yourself or
Yes, definitely. I used to drink a
okay.
lot of alcohol.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
then there was, because of that consistent intake of alcohol over many, many years,
Yeah.
since I was probably about 11,
Oh, wow.
um, my liver started like being quite dysfunctional. And
Oh,
then that
no.
would actually bring me right on down.
Wow.
So I had to change a lot of health things for me,
Mhm.
and wasn't just the drinking either. It was my environment around me.
Mhm. And people you were associating with and things like that as well?
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
gotcha. Okay, so
Yeah.
you were trying to turn your life around,
Yes.
basically. Okay,
Yes.
got it. And then, was your liver like, did you have major liver complications that were making you sick or
No, 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 no. It wasn't permanent liver damage.
good.
It was just enough to start making me realize, oh, hang on a minute, I'm not well.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. All right. So then and do you know what made your hands start doing that tingling thing? Do you know where that came from in this story?
It's a natural gift that everybody has inside of them. They just need to find it.
Okay. Okay. So you weren't
It might not
trying to
be
find it. It just started happening and then you're like,
it.
"Wow,
Yes,
that's so
yes.
cool. Wow."
Everyone's got their own unique gifts. They just need to, well, they don't need to. If they want to,
Yeah.
they just go looking for it within themselves, and it
Yeah.
just shows up in so many unique, different ways.
That's so exciting. I love that. Um, okay. So fast forward, you found Spinal Flow. You wanted a way to use your unique gift with your hands. And were you working a corporate job at the time that you had to quit in order to pursue Spinal Flow, or what was your
Mm.
situation that way?
Um, I work in mental health disability,
Okay.
and the company that I work for obviously focus on well-being.
Mm-hmm.
And my boss at the time was extremely flexible. Let's just put it
Good.
that way.
Oh, good. That's wonderful.
Mm,
Okay. So fast forwarding, you went to the immersive, you got certified, and that was this past March you were certified?
yes.
Nice. Okay. So tell us, do you have stories to share about how it affected you personally or like of clients that you've worked on since then?
Sure, sure. Let's start with me.
Yeah.
I had my first experience with a lady here over in Edgeworth in January,
Okay.
and I didn't realize it at the time, but I had no idea what I was going into. I was laying on the table, I had so many thoughts going through my head.
Yeah.
And after this, and then she done the session, and she told me like amazing things because she's really good at it. And then I went camping with my family afterwards, and I didn't even realize, but my jaw realigned, and I didn't even know my jaw was out of alignment.
That's
I'm
interesting.
sitting in the car going, "What the? Oh my god, what is that?"
That's cool. That's
It
the
was
first one
really
I've heard
cool.
of the jaw doing that. That's neat.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it was next level. And I messaged her and I'm like, Kelly, my jaw's just realigned. And she goes, go your body. Isn't that amazing? And I'm like, ah, yes, it is.
That's awesome. So did it used to like pop when you were eating and chewing?
No, no, it never did.
Oh,
I never bothered me before. Um,
okay.
but it was just something that was just quite noticeable after
Yeah,
the first session. So I'm just like, wow, this is pretty good stuff.
that's cool. Yeah.
And then and then I didn't actually have a session up until the March Immersive, so I left it because I thought it was okay.
Mhm.
And then when I got to the March Immersive, it was um, next level. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. Tell people
Yeah.
what you mean by that so that they have an idea of what to expect if they want to sign up.
Sure, sure. Um, well, the when you walk in to the actual immersive, it sort of just blows you away and you're very overwhelmed. You get very nervous. You don't like, especially if you're like going to be going solo like I did.
Yeah, lots of people.
You Lots of people, yeah. You're really going into the unknown.
Yeah.
And then, you meet different people, you talk to different people before you even get in there. And then, but once you're in, you're still so nervous and you shake and you don't know what you're doing. But everybody is extremely supportive. particularly the way that Dr. Carly and Bess actually run it. I
Yeah.
like the way that they've got it set up and how they're doing things. It's very efficient
Yeah.
and straightforward. And then they get you to work with so many different people. Like I
Yeah.
worked personally with so many different women.
Mhm.
Uh, and it's just human nature, right? Some women you actually connect with, and some you don't,
Yeah.
and you tend to like group with certain people. But
Yeah.
Dr. Bess and Dr. Carly and Bess would just literally stand in and go, no, this is not what this is about.
Yeah, yeah.
Get
Switch
out
it up.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, get out there and be amongst other people as well,
Mhm.
which is really great
Mhm.
because you get to work on different bodies, different
Yeah.
shapes, sizes, uniqueness of everyone.
Yeah, and men
Uh,
too, right? There were men there?
Not at this one.
Okay, okay. There were men at my immersive, so I just want to clarify for people that it's not just women, but yeah.
Oh no, no, no! I'd like to. I would have loved to have seen men there, but
Yeah.
no, no, not at the March Immersive in the Gold Coast.
Okay.
There was no men there.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, more men doing it would be lovely as well.
Yeah, it was cool to have to again to experience all the different like body types and shapes and how they all feel,
Yes.
and then the men of course are different from the women, so yeah, it was a great experience.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And then I think it was like by day three. I think I was. Oh no, sorry, it was day four. We went out for lunch. Like they're full on days.
Yes.
They're very full on days. It's not something you just go in and take lightly.
Yeah.
Um, but I think by day number four, I actually had to cut the afternoon class out because I was just feeling so exhausted myself.
Yeah.
My body was doing incredible things. I think I was on the table up to two times, maybe three times a day.
Exactly.
So my whole body and self was just adjusting, learning how to be back in myself from a
Yeah.
physical point of view.
I remember a lot of people were getting sick by about that point in the class, in the course.
That's right, yeah.
Mhm.
But you push through. But the
Mhm.
fourth day, I just couldn't do it. I really couldn't just do the afternoon. Like I went in the morning, but I couldn't do the afternoon.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I remember my bowels.
Mhm.
They went nuts and just like release.
Yeah, you
There
probably had
was
toxins and blockages you were getting rid of.
getting rid of. That's right. I remember
Mhm.
one night. It, I'm going to go a little bit private here, but I'm going to share it anyway.
Do
I
it,
remember
do
one
it.
night I was just sitting there eating my dinner. I think it was like probably about maybe 7 o'clock at night. And
Mhm.
I was just sort of, you just sit down, unwind, you have your glass of soda water or whatever, and eating my dinner. Then I got this shooting pain through my vagina. And I just went, I'm like, what is that?
That would be
Anyway, so
shocking.
I was walking around the unit just trying to exercise it and walk it through. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there going, oh my God, this
Like
is
it was
next
like it
level.
was cramping up on you?
No, it was just like this pain. Like it was
Wow.
just, yeah, it was just really, I can't describe it. It was sort of like a deep heat sensation
Uh-huh.
with an ache that came
Uh-huh.
from my gut area,
Okay.
shooting right down to my vagina.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It sounds to me oftentimes when things like that are happening when I'm working on somebody on the table, it's your body finally making a connection to a part of itself that it hasn't in a while.
Well, that's good.
That's how I interpret it anyways.
Yeah, that's a good thing then.
Yeah.
Um, and then you got your headaches, the hots, the cold sweats,
Yeah.
everything. But it really, I found I couldn't look out. I couldn't look for outside help. You know what I mean? It's something
Mhm.
that I had to process myself and do a lot of self care and look after my own body to
Yeah.
assist it with whatever it was going through.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was
It's
probably a big learning that I took away.
Yeah, it's a lot of healing that takes place in just 7 days. Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. So we're probably freaking some people out thinking, "Oh, why would I wanna go do that? I feel
Oh,
sick, I get pains, hot
oh,
sweats, cold sweats," on and on. Um, but how did you feel afterwards?
oh, okay, no worries at all. Sorry for freaking everybody out. I didn't mean to do that.
No, I'm just
It's a
thinking like, what would a
reality.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Tell us the
It's a
good
real
side too.
it's a
Yeah.
reality. No, no, okay, so by day number 5, um day number 5 we jumped back on the table in the morning, and then it was like a it was like a beacon of light had just shined down on the whole group because everybody was just in such a good atmosphere.
Yeah.
And I would walk down, put it this way, like when we would cut for break, I
Mhm.
would walk down Cavill Avenue, which is the main street of the Gold Coast, and there'd be other women doing it with me. We would be dancing and floating. Like women weren't with me because I was quite a loner, but that I could see groups of women in front of me and groups of women behind me floating and
Yeah.
just feeling free.
Just
It was
free in their
incredible.
bodies, free in their emotions.
Freeing, absolutely.
Mhm.
And everybody had a smile on their face. Like it
Oh,
was beautiful. It was a really and I think
yeah.
the energy in the room as well,
Mhm.
that, because we're all together and we're all like experiencing this all together, next, when you do go out in the street or back to your normal lives and whatnot, you are actually on a high.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, no, that's cool. That I wonder if that was after the emotional release, or there was one day in particular that you do like a heart opening and stuff like that. I can't remember what day that was, but yeah.
Yeah, I had a bit of an emotional release in I actually went and got a haircut, um, on one of the days. I think it was like day number 5. I think it was just after, oh, what was it? The 5th one. It was on day number 5. I remember going into the hairdressers for a haircut, and the woman asked me who cut my hair last. And I said, oh, it was my husband. And she goes, oh, no, 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 he did a very bad job. He did a very bad job.
Oh,
And I looked over and I'm like, yeah, 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 of course I was just like, yeah, all right, no worries at
yeah.
all. He's my husband. What do you expect?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I remember seeing something that reminded me of my nana, because my nana was a hairdresser. And I
Mm.
looked at that one item, and as soon as she said, oh, your husband didn't do a very good job, I bawled my eyes out.
Oh, and she
But
probably thought it was because of that.
yeah, and she did, God love her. And I'm like sitting there going, it's all right, it's all right. It's not because of that. It's not because of that. It's because of something else. Because I had a memory pop up and an emotional
Yeah.
blockage. And I said, it's a good cry. It's a good cry.
Mhm.
But I released a lot that day too.
Good
So
for you. Good for you. I
yeah.
love that. All right. So fast forwarding then. So you had an amazing immersive and it sounds like you would recommend that everybody do the in person.
I recommend everybody in the whole entire planet do spinal flow technique, and we can all give it to each other.
Yes. That's why I'm doing this channel. I want it to become mainstream. I want people to know it and to experience it and to share it so that it's just as mainstream as chiropractic or massage. Because you and I both know it's even more beneficial. I hate to say that, but it seems to be more beneficial. The
It
people that I talk
is.
to have had those other modalities, but they don't have life changing, results.
Experiences.
But with experiences, exactly. But with spinal flow, you do.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I've been a big believer. Everybody should learn this, and we can all give it to each other as neighbors. What a wonderful world it would be, right?
Yes, yes, I love that. That's a beautiful vision. Um, okay, so then you came home, you got certified, and you started your practice.
No, no. I wasn't even going to really start practicing spinal flow until the new year. I was going to do my
Okay.
family and friends
Yeah.
and whatnot, but I had no intention to do that.
Yeah.
Um, but then when I got back home, it sort of happened really fast. My beautiful friend was actually just starting up a business in Nelson Bay herself, and
Mm,
she has a studio, and she said, Tash, you got to come and work out of the studio, please, 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 please. And I said, well, I'm not
cool.
ready yet. That was in March.
Okay.
And then I said, I'm totally not ready yet. I've just give me some time, give me some time, give me some time. And by June, so she had me in the studio, um, yeah, she had me in the studio by June. And since June, I have been working out of that studio.
That's so cool. So it all just kind of came together for you.
It did, in very,
That's
very new and exciting, and sometimes not so exciting, because I don't know, you've started a business obviously yourself.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
it can be a struggle.
Yep.
The marketing, trying to get people to understand, why they should try it when they've never even heard of it before and
Yes.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Did you have
But
the same?
I'm learning a
Yeah, go ahead.
lot, and I'm building up my clientele very, very nicely.
Good, 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 good. And then it's up to you. Which way would you like to take the conversation? Because I could ask about business questions, or if you happen to have like stories to tell people of like healing stories from clients, it's open
Yeah.
ended. But whatever you would like to talk about.
Well, I'm not so much business minded. Like, I know where I want to be and what I want to do, and I'm working on that at the moment.
Yeah,
Maybe client healing stories.
let's do it. Yeah,
Yeah,
tell us a few. Yeah,
great. All right. Well, I have a lot of people on the table who um, okay, probably like there's been a couple of people who have been on the table, and they're quite stuck in an area of their life. It's sort of like they're stuck in their own web, and they're going round and round and round in circles, not knowing what
yeah.
to do. And the like people that I've treated, they have came in to me weeks later, and they're just gone, oh my god, I've just made the biggest decision of my life. And these are
Wow.
life changing decisions, but they feel great about it.
Hmm.
So that's probably one of the most well, no, not only just one of the most noticeable things, but and these people come in and see me regularly
Mm-hmm.
as well.
That's
Let's
huge. Like
see.
to give clarity and purpose.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
and I'm stoked for them.
Yeah.
I'm your girl, man. I'll back you up. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus,
Yeah.
you ain't no
So
worries at
it does
all.
so much more than just work on your bones and muscles, right?
It
It's so
does.
deep. It's so much deeper and profound
It
what it can
is.
do. Hmm.
It is. And anyway, so because you hold space for and let people talk, right? You just let them
Yeah.
talk. That's all they need
Yeah.
sometimes. And and then they with me, I find that people just sit there, talk, and they actually talk themselves into some kind of clarity themselves. I don't even have to say a word.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then that's when they go out and make and take action and make that decision for themselves. And
Cool.
it's nice.
That's so cool.
So that's one of them. Um, I had my beautiful friend come in for scoliosis and Scheuermann's disease, and
Hmm.
she came in with she was also seeing a chiropractor. So like, I don't believe that spinal flow technique is to take away.
Right.
Like, it's not to take away from your daily routine. Whatever works for you, you keep going at it. It's actually
Yeah.
to add,
Yeah. Yeah. For
to
sure.
add to your daily life
Hmm.
routine, or not daily, but like weekly, monthly, whatever it
Right.
is, whatever it looks like for those people.
Yeah.
Um, so she had her own things going on, but she also came and see me, and now she doesn't see anybody anymore. And I remember she
That's
was
cool.
saying that she goes, "Oh, Tash, I don't think I really need to come in and see you anymore." I said, "Great,
Yeah.
great.
That's wonderful. Yeah. If
You
you feel
don't
that good.
need to continue to see me to keep healing if you feel like you've already been healed. You know
Yeah.
I'm here now, so if you want to come back, but I'm stoked that I got to be a part of your healing journey. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?" If I can
Yes.
send you out on your merry way feeling great,
Yeah.
I'm
And then
glad. I'm stoked I
and
can
then
be
if
part of
life
it.
gets in the way and something traumatic happens, I'm always here. Come back. We'll get rid of that blockage before it has time to really solidify.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Um, and then I've had a beautiful friend. Oh no, not a friend actually. Who was it? A woman. Oh, I had this wonderful man on the table. He was like 82 years old and he was gorgeous. He got on the table and he just didn't stop, and you could just tell, and he was talking to me and he just said that he didn't stop, etc. But when he got onto the table, his body just went into mode. It
Yeah.
was really, really sweet to listen to.
Yeah.
And then, because he saw physio, he saw osteopath, he saw, the chiropractic,
Yeah.
all of the above. But then he came in and saw me, and for 2 months after, he didn't even go back to any of them.
Hmm. So he noticed a profound difference to
Yes,
drop all the others. That's
yes,
pretty cool.
it is.
And it just goes to show too that it doesn't matter what age you are, spinal flow will work. As long as you have a spine, it will help.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I do my kids as well.
That's great. Yeah. What a way to give them an edge on life to
Mm-hmm.
work on them early.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
What else is there? Oh, I've got heaps, but I just can't think of any like right now. I should have
Yeah.
written these down.
No, that's okay. And we can always hop back on if you have other stories in the future, because that's just really the whole goal of this is to let people see that it's not just one thing. Like it's not just for headaches or not just for, heartburn or sciatica. Like it helps literally everything. It's crazy all the different types of improvements in people's lives that it can make.
Yeah, absolutely. And the improvement that it's actually made in my life,
Yeah. I was
like
going to ask you if
massive.
it helped. Did it help you with the alcohol? Did it help release some chemical blockages, perhaps?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Did it make it so that you don't crave it as strongly?
Yes.
Cool. That's pretty huge.
Yes.
I
It was
love that.
something that I'm not used to, because
Hmm.
it's just so different, I'm just,
Hmm.
yeah, it did. It really did.
That's that's incredible. Yeah, I'm really curious. I'd be interested to hear more stories about people to see if what other addictions maybe it helps people clear out of their bodies and also just kind of manage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And to be able to, so you're relieving, like releasing a chemical like that, um, the chemical stress from your body, but that it's also releasing the actual chemical out of your body.
Yeah, it's detoxing you.
So it's detoxing. So when you
Yeah.
detox and it's out of your system, you wouldn't really want to have like the craving is just not there.
Hmm.
I remember going after actually seeing Kelly. This is probably a good story. I remember going and seeing Kelly, and I had my Spinal Flow because I like to try and keep on top of it every fortnight now for myself
Okay.
personally. Um, and it was a Friday afternoon. And Friday afternoons in Australia, yep, no worries at all. Let's get on like the beers or the wine or
Yeah.
whatever it is. It's
Yeah.
just it goes hand in hand. Um, and I remember driving past my bottle shop, um, and instead of like pulling in like I would have in the past, I didn't even think about it, and I drove past it.
Wow. That's pretty cool because a habit
That
can be hard to break like that. You're just used to going there, you
mm,
know, and you just
and
automatically drive there, but you didn't feel the need to.
that's right. And then when I got home, my husband's going, "Oh, did you get yourself some beer or something like that?" And I'm like, "No."
No. That's huge.
It is huge. It is very, very huge.
Yeah. And you didn't feel like getting back in your car and driving back there to get it. Like you just
No,
felt content inside,
I did.
peaceful.
Yeah.
I
And then
love
I
that.
ended up having a really nice night anyway and going to sleep. So
Good for you. Oh man.
thanks.
So yeah, so this is really really changing, and it's probably also helping to heal your liver. Um, you know, that any damage that was done, just because we know that it does affect all of your cells, tissues, and organs.
That's right. And I can tell you now, like with that as well, because I'm essentially changing my mindset too, right? Like I was going back to with clarity.
Hmm.
Um, my social interactions or my connection um, with community is actually improving too, which is really
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, yeah. Another subtle change, but actually very impactful, right?
It is.
Taking you out of your own head, helping you to be just more grounded and comfortable in your own skin so that you can start giving your energy to others and not being so self aware in a negative way.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's done that for me as well. A friend of mine that worked on me while we were practicing, she did tell me later. She's like, "That's something you could have mentioned when we were in our interview together." Is she thinks that it's helped with my depression and feeling better about being, social with other people and not having as much social anxiety.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah, yeah, it is beautiful. And all from a light fingertip touch on an access point. Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
Exactly.
I've had some people say like, "Is this a sham? Like you're barely touching me." But they just need to experience it. After the session's over, you can't deny that you feel different.
No, 100%. And talk about shams as well. A lot of people feel that this is a pyramid scheme. Um,
How so? I wonder. Yeah.
I don't know. I just sort of when when I first signed up, my husband was quite skeptical, and I
Mhm.
know my family were very skeptical,
Mhm.
and they're like, "Oh, what's Tash getting herself into?"
Yeah.
um,
Something unknown
and
again. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. So, and they just feel like it's sort of like you go like it's not they because it's training, right? You're training to be a practitioner, just like
Mhm.
you go to university to train to
Mhm.
be a doctor or um,
Yeah.
a chiropractor or whatever, or
Mhm.
you want to be a teacher,
Mhm.
etc. Like that. You pay X amount of dollars at university or college or whatever,
Mhm.
and because this is not recognized
Mhm.
as part of the big pharma or medical system or whatever it is,
Yeah.
people are extremely skeptical. So that's something that came to my mind just then, actually, thinking back, like reflecting back. It's
Mhm.
not it's not a pyramid scheme, it's not a scam, it's not a hoax, it's not,
Yeah.
oh, someone just wants to get rich quick kind of stuff.
Yeah.
This modality that they're teaching, like Dr. Carly is teaching, is a real thing.
Mhm.
And you're
Yep.
not you're not getting scammed into anything. You are actually learning a skill for life and changing your life at the same time.
Yeah, and it's even it's powerful too because it's similar to chiropractic, except for with chiropractic, somebody's actually forcing manipulation to happen and blockages to be released, physical at least. But with this, your body's doing it. Your body knows better than anybody external of your own body. And so it's able to unwind things in the order that needs to be unwound, and nothing is forced, and it does it in its own timing, and its own priority list.
Yeah.
And so how beautiful is that, right? It's how opposite of that is it from a sham, or like you say, a hoax or whatever, because a hoax is somebody doing something to somebody else, but this is your own body doing it itself.
And your own body doesn't lie.
Right. Correct. Yeah. I love that. I'm glad you brought that up. Really good point.
Mm.
What other things would you like to share? Or maybe if people want to reach out to you, or is there anything that I haven't asked that you just would like to express before we wrap it up?
Not really. I'm pretty happy with everything that's gone on today. If I need to get in contact and let you know, oh my God, I totally forgot to say this.
Yeah.
Um,
We can do another
but
interview.
I guess like I'm happy to end it as it is. But
Yeah.
I will say, like I said earlier, everybody should learn this modality and we can all give it to each other.
Yes, yes, that's a great way to end this. I completely agree. It literally would be a different world, literally, because
Yes.
it touches on the physical, the chemical, the emotional, and I love the stories that you gave us because they're more than just like a physical change. They're life-changing stuff, you know. So, like you say, if neighbors worked on each other, it would change from the family level to the neighborhood level to the city level to the worldwide level. And it's just really, honestly, that powerful. So I love your message.
Thanks.
Well, thank you so much, Natasha, for coming on today. I'm so glad that you scheduled an interview with me. And yeah, by all means, if you ever want to hop on and share more, you have the link. Let's do it again. This has been amazing.
It has been. Thank you very much.